The Essence of Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel. Are you dreaming of becoming a successful businessman? Or do you really want to secure your future? Well, this time, we will be talking about The Essence of Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And I'm sure that you will be inspired by this wonderful story of Robert on how he reached success. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a modern classic of personal finance and our favorite finance book of all time. Although controversial and often heavily criticized, people have decided it's worth reading, otherwise it wouldn't have sold over 32 million copies. Robert Kiyosaki tells the story of his two dads in his childhood, his own father and the father of his best friend. While he loved both, they were very different when it came to dealing with finances. The summary on Blinkist starts with the idea that many of us are too afraid of being branded as a weirdo in order to exit the rat race. We let the two main emotions everyone has around money dominate our decisions, fear and greed. That's why we still stick to the outdated mantra: go to school, go to college, get a job, play it safe. When in reality no job is safe anymore. For example, when you get a raise at your job, a wise choice would be to invest the extra money in something that builds wealth like stocks or bonds, which is medium to high risk, but also a very high reward. Maybe you find a good fund with a 60% chance to double your money within a year, but a 40% chance of losing it all. However, most likely your fear of losing the money altogether will keep you from doing so. But when your greed takes over, you might then spend the extra money on an improved lifestyle, like buying a car, and the payments eat up the money. This way you're guaranteed to lose 100%. This already gives you a glimpse of how important it is to educate yourself financially. Since we receive no financial education in school or college, sadly, this is entirely up to you. Look around and you'll see plenty of financially ignorant people in your own life. Just take a look at local politicians. Is their city in debt? Your mayor might be a great mayor, but unfortunately, no one ever taught him how to deal with money. Rich Dad Poor Dad Lessons. Lesson 1, The Rich Don't Work for Money. Lesson 2, Why Teach Financial Literacy? Lesson 3, Mind Your Own Business. Lesson 4, The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. Lesson 5, The Rich Invent Money. Lesson 6, Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. Rich Dad Poor Dad Summary. There is a difference between being poor and being broke. Broke is temporary. Poor is eternal. Money comes and goes, but if you have the education about how money works, you gain power over it and can begin building wealth. People's lives are forever controlled by two emotions, fear and greed. So many people say, "Oh, I'm not interested in money." Yet they'll work at a job for 8 hours a day. Thinking that a job makes you secure is lying to yourself. Intelligence solves problems and produces money. You must know the difference between an asset and a liability, and buy assets. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Illiteracy, both in words and numbers, is the foundation of financial struggle. Money often makes obvious our tragic human flaws, putting a spotlight on what we don't know. Cash flow tells the story of how a person handles money. Most people don't understand why they struggle financially because they don't understand cash flow. The number one expense for most people is taxes. Higher incomes cause higher taxes. This is known as bracket creep. More money seldom solves someone's money problems. The fear of being different prevents most people from seeking new ways to solve their problems. A person can be highly educated, professionally successful, and financially illiterate. Many financial problems are caused by trying to keep up with the onces. Once you understand the difference between assets and liabilities, concentrate your efforts on buying income-generating assets. The problem with simply working harder is that each of these three levels takes a greater share of your increased efforts. You need to learn how to have your increased efforts benefit you and your family directly. Wealth is a person's ability to survive so many number of days forward, or, if I stopped working today, how long could I survive? The rich buy assets. The poor only have expenses. The middle class buy liabilities they think are assets. The rich focus on their asset columns while everyone else focuses on their income statements. Financial struggle is often directly the result of people working all their lives for someone else. The mistake in becoming what you study is that too many people forget to mind their own business. They spend their lives minding someone else's business and making that person rich. To become financially secure, a person needs to mind their own business. The reason the majority of the poor and middle class are fiscally conservative, which means I can't afford to take risks, is that they have no financial foundation. One of the main reasons net worth is not accurate is simply because the moment you begin selling your assets, you are taxed for any gains. A new car loses nearly 25% of the price you pay for it the moment you drive it off the lot. Keep expenses low, reduce liabilities, and diligently build a base of solid assets. Kiyosaki says he owns business that do not require his presence. If I have to work there, it's not a business. It becomes my job. According to Kiyosaki, real assets fall into the following categories: stocks, bonds, income-generating real estate notes (IOUs), royalties from intellectual property such as music, scripts, and patents. Anything else that has value, produces income or appreciates, and has a ready market for people who hate real estate, they shouldn't buy it. Kiyosaki generally holds real estate for less than 7 years. Start minding your own business. Keep your daytime job, but start buying real assets, not liabilities. When Kiyosaki says mind your own business, he means building and keeping your asset column strong. Once a dollar goes into it, never let it come out. The best thing about money is that it works 24 hours a day and can work for generations. An important distinction is that rich people buy luxuries last, while the poor and middle class tend to buy luxuries first. A true luxury is a reward for investing in and developing a real asset. Kiyosaki's rich dad did not see Robin Hood as a hero. He called Robin Hood a crook. If you work for money, you give the power to your employer. If money works for you, you keep the power and control it. Each dollar in my asset column was a great employee, working hard to make more employees and buy the boss a new Porsche. So if you work hard, you will really reach your dreams and become successful. That's all for this time. Just like, subscribe and get notified this channel so you won't miss out the latest videos.